This stresses me out. ECLA comes out with ECLA carbonic rims. These are carbon fiber tubeless BMX rims. And while the idea is great, the price tag is not. These rims are going to cost $350. They weigh 13 ounces. They weigh just less than a pound. They're really not a whole lot lighter than other BMX rims, and they're very expensive. One of my Dougster Bobbers asked me what I thought about these ECLA carbon rims, and I gave my honest truth. Now, I compared their weight to different rims, and I compared the cost and the cost savings to like going with lighter cranks or something like that. I really break it down in this video to help you understand if these $350 rims are worth the money. Short answer, no, they're not. But watch the video to see why. Tech says, what do you think of carbon fiber rims? Ooh, this is a good question. This is a good question. Let me pull it up on the screen so we can look at it together. Okay, wow. Wow, would you guys look at that dollar sign right there? $350 signs, that's insane. So these are for racing, but ECLA carbonic is what they're called, and they are very expensive. So here's the story, guys. If you make a ton of money and you really want to pimp out your bike, you might be looking at ECLA carbonic rims. And what's particularly cool about the ECLA carbonic rims is they're made from carbon fiber. They're going to be very light and theoretically very strong. I'm going to preface that by saying that's the same theory with titanium. And while it's true, it's also they're more prone to stress fracture. So if you look at Mike Varga dying from his, he didn't really die, but almost dying from his titanium layered frame because he hung up on a case. In my opinion, that case would have been fine on a chromoly frame, but the titanium frame is technically stronger, but where it welds together is actually not stronger. It's really hard to weld titanium. And what I'm getting at with this is it's the same thing for the carbonic rim. This is a light and strong rim, but if you're sketchy, you're gonna have problems. Like imagine you ding your rim and now it's a little crooked. Instead of it being a $100 hoop to replace, it's a $350 hoop to replace. I'm a very practical guy. And when I look at rims, like let's look at the weight, for example. Let's look at the weight. Maybe it's just completely ridiculous. 13.5 ounces for the carbon fiber rim. And let's look at, I don't know, I ride, they don't have, I don't think, maybe they have the Lunar. That's what I have on my other bike. Oh no, they don't carry Fly. Sun Rhino lights they're light ones that I ride on my main bike or on my park bike, but they're expired. These are bigger for racing, aren't they? Yeah, 26. Let's just look at hazard lights. Oh my God, I can't spell. Okay, let's look at the 7K rim. $120, so $230 cheaper. Bro, I can't even wrap my head around that. This is an expensive rim too. $230 cheaper. It hurts to say that. And it weighs 17.3 ounces. So by choosing the carbonic rim, by spending $230 per rim, $460 more per wheel, or per set, you're gonna save 4 ounces? Is that right? 4 ounces, which is 4 times 460, which is a 25%, okay? Or wait. I mean, 25% of a pound, okay? A quarter of a pound per hoop, which is half a pound of rotational weight that you're saving. And in my opinion, that's a good amount of rotational weight to save. But for $450, you can buy RNC cranks and save, oh, well, damn, I don't know. I don't know what the conversion is for RNC cranks, but let me look because I'm going somewhere with this. 20 ounces arm spindle flush bolts. Okay, 20 ounces for RNC cranks, and like, let's just look at, I don't know, caliber cranks. 30 ounces. So you can save 10 ounces, which is more than half a pound on the cranks. You know, if you went with, say, RNC titanium cranks versus traditional cranks. And in my opinion, I don't know, but that's not rotational weight, and rotational weight is pretty important. It's so hard to say, I guess. I don't know. Here's my thought, okay? And you guys make your own opinions, but here are my honest thoughts. Personally, if ECLA said, yo, Dougster Bob, here are some free rims, check these out, I'd be like, cool, hell yeah, I will ride these rims. But if I had to go in and purchase these, I wouldn't do it. There's no way. That, to me, half a pound of weight savings is worth almost $500. It's just not. And that's the same reason I don't ride RNC cranks. Is like, it is a good amount of weight savings, but to me, it's not worth the price. The same, I don't ride a titanium frame. Like, it's $2,000 for a tie frame versus $500 for a not tie frame. I can tail whip just fine. You know, I can double whip just fine. I don't need the tie. And so it's, for me personally, it's not there. Now, if these were only $200 or $250 versus traditional rims, that would be a little bit different. Versus $700 for a wheel set. Like, I still literally cannot wrap my head around that. Anyway, yeah, so for me, the price to value ratio on them is just it's not there. And I would not spend that amount of money on it. If they were cheaper, sure. And the biggest reason for that is like, cool, I've got weight savings, but how long is that actually gonna last? I'm not confident that for racing, these rims would be fine. You're going in a straight line, you're going over the boop, the bumps, you know, you're not doing 360s, you're not doing tail whips, you're not getting mad and throwing your bike. I mean, maybe you are when you're racing. And so I would be very nervous about these rims getting dinged, cracking, like anything. I don't know. Carbon fiber to me is not super strong. I don't know. But for me, I just wouldn't risk it for that price tag. For $100, like, damn, my carbon fiber rim broke. I'll buy a new one for $100. That's fine. For $350, there's no way. Maybe I'm just cheap. I don't know what it is. But I think one cool thing is these are tubeless. Is that correct? Tubeless ready. Okay, and so here's a fun thing to think about. If you were gonna go with traditional rims and you were gonna go with tubelitos, like, that's what, $80? $80 right there in tubelitos. That's crazy. And you could cut out the tubes, which is more rotational weight that you're saving, by going with these and going tubeless. And so there, in that direction, you're going to get potentially more than 10 ounces of weight savings, which is what you would get on the RNC cranks versus caliber cranks. Now, there's a bunch of different rims you can compare to. Like, what do you guys think a lighter rim is? Let's look. Let's see what comes up. Ooh, Colony rims. Colony stuff's pretty light. So what? 15 ounces for this Colony rim. Okay, it's a double wall rim. I don't know if it's stronger, but 15 ounces for $84. Like, what? So anyway, $350 for 13.5. If that's the weight savings, like, absolutely not. That's just silly. That is completely silly to spend that much money. So there are my thoughts on the Eclat carbonic rims. Eclat, please don't sue me. I just think these rims are severely overpriced.